Yo, 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 yo! We're back! And it's been
I
like...
hope you know that the audio just cut off.
What?
The audio just cut off when you were yelling into the mic.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I'm super energetic. I'm pumped to be back, you know? And, I don't know, you said that you had shit planned and that you wanted to keep the flow going. So, I'm gonna let you take the fucking road, take the
Thank
wheel.
you. I don't know, but okay. Yeah, I do have stuff to talk about, but like also as my personal extrovert, I mean you and Paula are both my personal extroverts, but as my extrovert, I need you to help me or I will just have awkward silence.
Okay, so then, tell me what it is that you wanted to bring
Oh.
up.
Okay. I just remembered that we came up with the name.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's this is how we cope. Not this is how we cope, but
Yes.
how how we cope.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I was waiting.
It took so long for my brain to figure out what you were saying.
Wonky slush.
But yeah. Okay, so the podcast name is How We Cope.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, because we started this. I can't believe it's been over a year in quarantine. Or in the pandemic.
Yeah, I know. It's like quarantine hit, and then I asked you if you wanted to do it, and you're like,
Yeah. Okay, well it's called rebranding. We'll just rebrand, you know.
it's going. I hope you know that it's going on the same account. It's not going on anything different.
Uh,
I'm not making another account. I think I still remember the account.
On your freaking Exist, you melody account.
No, do you remember the account that we made? That fucking
No.
Abby and Emma podcast at gmail.com? I'm cutting this out, but
I don't remember that, but you'll have to change the name to
yeah, of course. Yeah, I'll change it to How
Yeah.
We Cope. But
yeah.
you know,
This is exciting. Okay, I love how the only thing I really remember, I don't remember what we talked about at all in like the one podcast we did film. But I remember Megan commented and I was like, "Oh my god, I love her."
yeah.
Like, damn. I don't know why I remember that.
I don't know. I think it's because like we just started and it was good to have feedback coming.
Yeah,
And-
that's pretty cool.
And now that we're coming back and we haven't even announced it yet, well, announced it.
Announced it? What are we gonna do?
But-
Announce it to our
yeah,
one
like
follower?
yeah, announce it to anybody. It doesn't really, like nobody's really gonna watch it, but
Yeah.
it's still fun to put it out there.
I know. I like part of me doesn't want anyone to watch it because I don't want anyone to hear my voice.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean that's just
See,
me.
that's why I have a studio microphone now, so you can hear what I really sound like. You don't have to hear the fucking background white noise or anything. I'm sorry.
Not all of us are Twitch streamers. Okay. Not all of us make OnlyFans, Abby.
Yeah, actually, speaking of OnlyFans, I'm not.
No.
No. Wait. I'm not saying that I'm making an OnlyFans, but I was talking to Kelly and Marika the other day, and I brought up this business idea called Only Stands, right? And
Yeah.
they thought it was stupid, but I think it's probably the next revolutionary 18 plus sort of account thing. It's like
I'm so scared. What is this?
it's Only Stands, right? You know how you watch anime and you can be like a fucking One Punch Man
Only
stan.
Stan.
Yeah, Only
Okay.
Stan, right? Except
Okay,
this
yeah.
time it's like specifically for anime peoples or for weeaboos if you wanted to specify
Wait,
that.
I
Because-
like that. I like that. That's kind of funky.
See, I like that's what I'm saying. I think it would be very great, but it would only be something that lasts for 6 months and then it dies off, sort of thing. And then I get a shit ton of money, sell the company, and then
Kind of.
and then I
You're gonna be
retire.
like the guy that you're the person that invests in Bitcoin.
Yeah. This is how I'm gonna get rich and famous. I make only stands. I become the CEO of Only
What would
Stands.
your content be? What would the content be?
I don't have to create content. I hire other people to create content and make my platform bigger. It's called marketing, baby.
Fucking business major. You're not a business
I'm
major,
not a
but you
business
do
major.
you give off the vibes of a business major.
I'm a stock guru, is what I am.
No, you aren't. Um, so I'm so confused. Okay, wait.
Hmm.
But what are you making? What is going on this channel?
It's like uh, if you go on OnlyFans, I'm not saying that I have, okay, but
Caught in 4K right
but
now.
but most of the things that I see like online on Instagram, or usually that's where I understand what the fuck is going on OnlyFans. Um,
Yeah, but
but
like, how would that? How are you translating that into like weeb?
it's just advertised as a platform for specifically anybody that's interested in anime or cartoons or TV shows or whatever. Like it's specific
Okay.
for that, right? Um,
Okay.
like like OnlyFans. I think what it is that, oh, you go on OnlyFans and then you see I don't know, you see some shit like big booty Puerto Rican goddess or some shit like that, right?
No,
But like
no,
you
no.
go,
Go back. What did you just say?
I got that from like a College Humor thing. You'd have to watch College Humor to get it. But um, OnlyFans, you have it's like OnlyFans, but OnlyFans. You pay to be somebody's stan. Like let's say I created an OnlyFans. Somebody
Bro, okay, no,
pays.
no, no. Now you're going too far. I don't
What?
think that would work.
I'm just
I don't.
saying.
I feel like you're overcomplicating this.
Okay, so then what would it be?
I don't know. You think I know?
You know what? I'll do it, and then everybody's gonna be fucking the people that are gonna be laughing is me. No, because
You
you're all gonna
sound
be
like
like.
fucking. You sound like fucking Megamind right now.
But see, but Megamind had a redemption arc, so I'm just
Are
saying.
you gonna get a redemption arc, Abby?
Probably, most
No,
likely,
no,
probably.
you aren't.
I would say so.
You don't deserve one.
Yeah.
That. What was that noise?
I um, we don't gotta talk about
Next question.
it.
Oh my god, okay, speaking of anime. So I was running errands today, as you know, and my roommate Sophie and I, we were waiting for the bus, and this like older lady started talking to us. So like,
Mhm.
okay, a little bit of information. Sophie and I are both Asian.
Mhm.
So she started talking to us about like Chinese stuff and how like she loves Chinese culture and the people. And then I don't know what she said, but then she started talking about like Japanese stuff and anime, and I was just like, damn, okay. It's like, are you just talking about this because I'm Chinese?
aren't, aren't y'all the people that created Avatar: The Last Airbender?
Bro, I was so scared it was gonna be like she's gonna start talking like COVID and stuff and be like, oh, the Chinese virus, and I was like, oh my god, please hit me with a car if this happens. But it didn't. Luckily, it did not.
That's
Luckily, she was not racist, I believe.
that's a real like Kieran moment right there.
Yeah. Um, but she's like talking about how she plays a bunch of video games and like her whole family is part of her guild, like, like her son-in-law, her like daughter and stuff, like they all just like play games with her. I thought
Hmm.
that was cool.
Hey, bro, how old is this lady? Is she like
I don't
she
know.
like 27 or like 78? What the fuck?
Like 78.
I didn't. There's no in between. You won't ever see
What
a.
are the two options?
No,
Those
you
are the
don't.
two options.
No, you will never see a 50-year-old woman playing video games. I've never seen it.
Okay, fair. You know what, fair. But yeah, I was just like, damn, you know what? Regarding the anime and video games, I want to be like her when I'm older.
When you're 27 or 70.
Shut up! Shut up! Abby, when you're 78 and I'm 78, you want to be part of my guild?
A what?
You want to be part of my guild?
The fuck is it? What?
I honestly don't know.
What is a
You want
guild?
to just be my video game partner?
What?
Bro, do you want to play
Oh,
video
oh,
games with me
yes.
when we're like 78?
Yes.
God.
Of
God,
course, bruh.
why did you take so long to respond to?
Oh my god, bruh.
Yeah. Anyway, that was one of the things that happened to us. And then, okay, I sent you a snap about this, but we got on the bus, and
Mhm.
there was this dude sitting there, and he like had been grocery shopping, and he could like, cause he had grocery bags around him, and he just
Mhm.
like took a package of hot dogs and started eating them on the bus.
Like, you mean okay? Do you mean hot dogs or pepperettes?
No hot dogs, hot dogs. I swear to God, it was hot dogs.
But
He like
like were they cooked? Like
no, that word.
they're just straight out of the freezer.
He was like, he just like split them in half and then like slid them under his mask into his mouth.
Hey, but he wanted the wiener, bro.
Bro, he was raw dogging for real though.
He wanted a glizzy. He wanted a glizzy in his mouth right there and
Shut
then.
up! Oh my god, yeah.
He...
He would like touch his mouth and then touch like the pole. Bro, I wanted to jump out of the bus. I'm not gonna lie.
Bro, that reminds me of when I used to live in Scarborough on like I'd take the TTC every day, right? And the shit that you see on that bus is like some of the you will meet some of the most weirdest people on that bus ever. I think I remember once me and one of my friends were coming back home from school, and we usually take like the 116C from Morningside into Eglinton, and
How do you remember these street names, man? I don't even know the streets
I
of
took I
where I
know
am.
those streets like the back of my head. All right, not the back of my hand. Uh,
With
back
my
of my
head.
head. I've got eyes just like out of they come out of my eyes and like I can look at the back of my head. But not. I'm once we were coming back on the bus and this dude, he had a jukebox and already
Wait,
already
wait,
you
wait,
knew
wait, wait,
some
wait, 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 wait. You
what
said juke? Do you mean like boombox?
boombox, whatever. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, yeah.
You get what I mean, right? He had a boombox and uh like he held it like like you'd see in like the movies where they like hold it over their
Mhm,
shoulders, and
mhm.
literally like almost as if though like we were in a movie. This guy pressed play. Some shit started playing on the bus. This guy's holding onto the guardrail, and he has like the boombox on his like right shoulder or left shoulder. I don't know, but and then he just starts dropping bars. He starts freestyling, and there's this old lady right
Oh
beside
my
him,
god.
and he tries to get the old lady to like to like get in on a chorus or like get in on like a beat, like sort of ride the beat, but it's just him. It's just him and like at the start it was like, "Oh shit, all right, this is pretty cool." But like now we're like six stops into the bus and we're like, "Okay, dude, shut the fuck up, please." And, and like 10 stops ahead and we're like, "Okay, shut the fuck up,
Get off the
please."
bus.
Please get the fuck off the bus. And like thank God like I had to get off early, but I think my friend got off and told me that one guy was like, "Hey yo, shut the fuck up. I don't give a shit." And the bus driver had to kick him off. It was it's I would say it's worse on the buses than it is on the subway down in Toronto, Scarborough.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I feel like the times that I've been on the subway in Toronto weren't that bad.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
that,
I
but
haven't been on the bus though that much, so I wouldn't know.
yeah, but this is like the old buses. It's like now they have all the fucking hydroelectric buses, the
Mm.
Tesla buses. But
That's slow bus.
back, back when it was like the one that the buses where it ran on gas and you'd see a fucking pee puddle in like underneath one of the seats and you'd see somebody just fucking somebody's
Oh
barf
my god.
aftermath is in like the back of the
Bro.
bus and like the bus driver can't clean it so he just puts like tape over it and then like the whole smell just gets through the bus like that I'm talking back
Bro,
then
what the
TTC.
hell?
Yeah, the
Damn,
TTC
that's so rough.
the TTC back then was probably it was shit. It was the fucking it was a it was that
No,
was
continue.
that was it was the Goon Squad. That's what it is. If you want to compare it to something, it was the Goon Squad. It was embarrassingly bad.
I love
And
that.
I don't know what it is like now, but I'd probably imagine people hotboxing um,
Boxing. I
buses.
mean, probably. I can't believe that dude really was like, "Hey, let me drop my mixtape real quick."
Yeah,
I
it's
always, yeah.
no. You go.
No, you go.
Oh my god. Now I forgot what I was gonna say. Just go ahead. Fuck.
I always forget that you were a Scarborough boy.
Yeah,
I
I
always
know.
see like memes on TikTok and stuff, Scarborough boys, and I'm like, eh.
Pussy or fat. Oh,
Oh my god. Okay, so my roommate has a friend in the same program as her, and he like, I don't even know how to explain this. Give me a second.
okay.
He is like driving cross country with some friends and
Mhm.
like this big like not big but like this like short bus that they renovated,
Yeah.
and so he like brought it over to like show us the bus,
Uh
and
huh.
bro, him and his friends are from like a really small town and they have like farm accents and everything, and since us Midland peeps are from a farm town technically
Yeah.
kind of,
Technically.
it was like this is very Midland.
Uh huh.
Yeah, I
Damn.
was just very shocked because my roommates are from Windsor, so they were like, "Bro, is this what small town people are like?" And I'm like, "Yeah, kind of."
Really? That's what they asked you? If that's what small town people are like?
Yeah, pretty much.
What the? Yeah, I mean,
I
but
know.
like, but like, How big is Windsor? What am I even asking? Windsor's fucking 10 times larger than Midland. I'm stupid.
Yeah, and it's also just different. Like Midland's just white, you know?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Us carrying. Okay, what am I trying to say? Us carrying the minority population in our school.
Yeah. Well, actually, like if you think about it, like general population now, right?
Oh, it's
There's,
better.
yeah, it's way more diverse. But the issue is, like, I'm finding the issue is that, if you go to like the Tim Hortons up on the highway,
Yeah.
not by like Queen Street, but
No, I know
the
what you're talking about.
yeah, like that one is like mostly run by people that are coming in from like Barrie, and the Barrie
Yeah.
population is like it's like very mixed. Like
Hmm.
you can get somebody from Bangladesh, from India, from Sri Lanka. You can get them anywhere in Asia, right?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and sometimes it's like like before, back when the migration uh, of people from the city in the Midland wasn't as
Hmm.
popular, you'd sort of like I don't know how to say this without being like
That's okay, just say it.
it's like when like if you meet certain brown people, they have that brown accent, right? And
Yeah, yeah.
sometimes it's like very very hard to understand, right?
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
I remember going into Tim Hortons one day, and like their accent was so thick that like I could not get my order in, right?
Damn. Yeah.
Like it was like it was like at the same time, like I get it, you need a job, but at the same time it's like, oh my gosh, this is like it's very frustrating. I don't know if it was like the intercom or if it was like the mic that they had through the drive-through, but it was like it was really hard to understand, and like they also don't understand English as much, right?
Mm.
And
Hmm.
I feel like when you're going into like a customer service job, I feel like that's like a requirement that you understand at least the basics and that you can communicate that much.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I haven't really worked at Tim Hortons, so I don't know what the hiring process is like there. I just know that a lot of people think that Tim Hortons now is like dog shit because of
Bro,
that.
no, Tim Hortons management sucks. I'm sorry, I'm interrupting you, but yeah, Tim Hortons sucks.
See,
Um,
when it
yeah.
comes when it comes to terms with like how fucked up the world is, right? I've I've thought about this so much. I've like I thought about, oh, when I have kids, do I, or if I want to have kids, do I want to bring them into such a fucked up world, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Like even thinking about that at 19, I feel like that's a bit too much, but at the same time, it's like, if I'm not thinking about it now and I'm not thinking about it then, it could have a serious effect on them. But then again,
Yeah, definitely.
if you don't bring people into the world, how are you gonna make the next generation like sort of push for that change or whatnot? Like
Yeah, yeah.
we're starting to do that, but it's so complicated with everything.
Oh my
It's
God, yeah,
like
yeah.
you have people that disagree, people that agree, people that are in the middle ground, people that don't want to do anything, and it's almost impossible to find a solution for anything.
Yeah, and I agree with the whole like thinking about whether or not you want to bring a kid into this world where they're gonna have to like grow up in this environment. And
Mhm.
I think like also in terms of like bro, like with they're not gonna be living on the same planet that we are because we're ruining it. Like
Yeah.
in terms of the environment, like they're
Mhm.
gonna have like I was watching this documentary on Netflix, the one
Mhm.
narrated by David Attenborough, and it literally just like was talking about the effects in the next like 30, 50 years on the planet because of
Mhm.
like what we've been doing with like climate change and stuff like that. And I'm just like, why would I bring a kid into this? Like you're gonna
Yeah.
have like no water.
Mhm.
Yeah, damn.
But the thing is, though, that's why I appreciate people like NASA, Elon Musk, um, even certain car companies that are using hydrogen to fuel cars. That like the hydrochemical reaction. I forgot what it is, but like if a hydrogen atom passes through a certain thing, it creates a certain amount of energy, and
Mm-hmm.
that energy can be converted into power, which turns the car. But like even just technology like that's fascinating, and like even I was watching this YouTube video about exoplanets and other planets that are potentially habitable for like human civilization. And even though we're making like the trip to Mars to see if it's habitable, um, like there's other exoplanets where it's almost exactly like Earth, but the gravity is a little bit different, and like the
Mm-hmm.
electromagnetic forces and like the gravitational pull is higher, and like these are all discovered by I think it's the I don't know if it's the Hubble telescope or um, one of those satellites that they have that's like going like billions of light years away from us. But all these planets are like so incredibly far that they're like to the point where they're in like a galaxy that's like, you know, 10 galaxies away from us, or something that's like
Mm.
20 galaxies away from us, which is so far that you can't really picture. Humans are like in humans cannot comprehend that distance because we're not functioned to think of how far that distance is, or how far that we can visualize that distance. So
Yeah.
like if we fuck this planet up, it's like we're almost like we could be extinct.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Okay,
And
wait. Question. Do you think that there's like other life in the
100
universe or like in the galaxy?
100%, 100,
Yeah,
not in the galaxy. I don't
not
think
in
in
our
this
solar
galaxy.
system.
I definitely not in our solar system. I don't think so.
Okay,
um
so like, just like okay.
and
So
even
why?
if um so even if it's this is the point, right? I've had this conversation with other people. Even if
Hmm.
it's a undiscovered species on Earth, I would argue that that was a species that's already been on Earth, unless proven otherwise, unless proven that it's some sort of alien that's come from, I don't know, Pluto, and just like resides deep in the Earth's crust. Then I wouldn't really believe it. I would just argue that that's just a creature that we haven't found on Earth, right? It's
Right.
like when you say that there's a certain amount of there's a certain percentage of the ocean that we haven't discovered, and that means that there's caves that deep underwater caves that we haven't explored because of the just the pressure that like the water pressure. We haven't explored like ravines, certain ravines or certain mines that have caved in and could like habitat new forms of life. We haven't explored like places that are radioactive, which have shit like that. And in terms of our solar system, right? If you look at Venus, Venus was at one point like a place that was able to habitat like life forms like ours, but
Mhm.
I think it was a super volcanic eruption that made the atmosphere so toxic, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
maybe there could be like life forms that are deep in like the crust um of that planet, but I don't think we can find that with the technology we have. And then if you look at planets like Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, they're all like Jupiter and Saturn are gas giants, and then Neptune and Uranus, it's like they rain diamonds and it's just tsunamis constantly and hurricanes. And then if you
Mhm.
go to Pluto, Pluto is like who the fuck is Pluto, right? Like who gives a shit about Pluto anymore? It's not even like part of our solar system. But
Yeah.
I think that there definitely has to be some sort of life humanoid form that exists beyond our galaxy, far, far, far beyond. F- like it's so far that we probably might not ever be able to reach them. But I definitely do believe that there is some sort of life humanoid form, not like
Yeah.
a not like a microorganism, not like a cell or a piece of bacteria.
Like some type of like conscious like
Mm-hmm.
being, sentient
Yeah.
being, you know?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like why not? Like what I just feel like until there's proof like for sure that there is no way that they could ever form like on another planet aside from Earth, I'm just like why not, you know?
Mm-hmm. Sometimes you gotta stop me from talking too much about space because I watch
No.
a lot of
No,
space videos.
that's
I've been
okay.
I've been watching a lot of space and physics problems, and
Yeah.
like I'm an architectural student, so I probably shouldn't be watching them, but it's just so fascinating, right? That you can't really turn a what's this?
Blind eye.
Tur- yeah, turn a blind eye to it.
Yeah. I mean, it's super interesting, you know? Like my like tiny little human brain can just like not comprehend the
Mhm.
fact that we're in this solar system with other planets, let alone
Mhm.
like in this universe
Mhm.
with other solar systems and things like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's wild, man.
That's why I like it so much because, if you look at black hole theories and white hole theories and wormholes and whatnot, it opens like so many gateways to, like people like Einstein, Stephen Hawking, them even just theorizing and coming up with mathematical equations to prove or disprove certain things about our universe is just like it's so like wildly um it's so out there as a
Mm-hmm.
theory that that almost even just having the fact that those people, that humans, right, they were humans and they could sort of comprehend that and come to that conclusion. I feel if we can if that's enough to prove it, then I for sure think it exists, like for sure,
Mm-hmm.
100%.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah. That's super cool.
But
I don't really know what else to talk about. I'm not gonna lie.
it's okay, just keep flowing with it. But um it's kind of depressing though, like if you think
Oh,
about
like
it.
existentialism, to being like, oh,
Yeah,
why do I exist? You know?
exactly.
Yeah,
It's like
100%. I can't even like go into like depth about that because then I just get so sad.
yeah, it's it's so crazy that, like, to me, right, it's a I don't believe that there isn't a creator for all this, like, because
Hmm. Like whether it be like a god or something.
Yeah, whether it be God or whatever, I believe that it's God and Jesus Christ and that
Mhm. Mhm.
sorts. But um, it's so complex that to me it's like it's almost it's not that I don't want to I refuse to understand. It's that I don't really accept that you know over billions and billions and billions of years, right?
Mhm.
We evolved from an ape-like creature into
Yeah.
a humanoid like no, not even. We went from like a lizard to like a
Mhm.
ape and
Mhm.
then to this, right?
Yeah.
Like to me that's insane, and it all started because just out of the blue the big bang occurred, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I get that. I get that. Like when you think about it, really, it's like weird to think that all this happened for like no specific purpose, you know?
Mhm. Like
Yeah.
there has to be some wider purpose for it.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
I think. Like
Yeah. I feel
even
like, yeah. Sorry. Yeah. My brain is just like, yeah.
um sorry, you wanted to say something?
I don't remember.
Okay. But even if it like I've been there's like TikToks that say, "Oh, there were aliens from another planet that came during like ancient Egyptian times and they showed their UFOs and whatnot and built the pyramids." Um
Mm-hmm. Oh my God,
e-
yeah, like the conspiracy theory that like aliens built the pyramids.
yeah, that like that stuff.
Yeah.
Even if it was that, right? I like I think I would accept it, but not really, right? Like
Hmm.
it's weird and it's insane. It's like the fact that we were conscious beings, right, and we're able to um, think about our past and infer from it, and then use that to predict stuff about the future, right? Like
Hmm.
there had to have been one point in humanity where one person was like, "Hey, yo, what are we gonna do about the future?" Or one person was like, "Hey, yo, how do we record this stuff? Or how do we develop a language? Or how do we,
Right. Right.
you know?"
Build
And
things. Yeah.
exactly, how do we build things, right? And
Hmm.
to think that, like, let's say we went to uh Neanderthalism, like when back when we were Neanderthals.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
we didn't know really how to build shelter, right? And if that was the case and there were such like dangerous species out there, like I think there was like once where there was like a giant fucking alligator or like giant ducks or some shit. But like how were how at what point did somebody say, "Oh, let's build a home that we can feel safe in," or they probably hide in a cave and whatnot, but at
Hmm.
what point did they think, "Okay, I'm gonna use mud to make a house," or if we kill that thing, we can eat food. Like I feel like there had to have been something that was already planted in them to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny you talk about that too because like, in our first year of university, like obviously we get to take these like really cool courses and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. And so like I took a poli sci course, and one of like the first things we covered was talking about like going back to like the state of nature and stuff like that, and like
Yeah.
our natural instincts to like protect, like procreate, things like that. And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, like I totally agree. I'm like, how did we know to do this stuff, you know?
Exactly. That's that's why I think that there was a God that implemented sort of like created life and then gave us something to live for, right? Like if I was watching another TikTok again on like why God is real or the sort, right? And
Hmm.
it acknowledges that science is true, right? Science is true, and there's like a lot of Catholics, Christians, whatever, Anglicans,
Hmm.
Muslims, whatever, that think that science is bullshit, science is fake, right? But you can't really say
Hmm.
that, right? Science is the reason that we have running cars. Science is the reason we have greenhouses. Science is the reason we understand planets, universe,
Yeah. Yeah.
anything to like the cosmic level,
Quantum
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 level,
level.
quantum
Yeah.
level. and you can't really deny it, right? But then
Right. Right.
it gets to a certain point where we try to understand how we were created. That's when it creates the divide, right? Uh,
Right. Right.
and like for even if we were lizards, right? There had to have
Mhm.
been that basic animal instinct to survive. And like
Yeah, definitely.
where would that come from? I don't know why that would come from just like a couple of um atoms colliding together to create such a
Yeah.
complex system.
Yeah. Like personally, myself, I'm not like super religious and I'm not a Christian or anything.
Mhm.
Um, but like I totally understand that. Like sometimes I think about that too and I'm like, I don't know, like there's just should be this like core reason why, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Freaky. Isn't existence so freaky?
It is. And then
Yeah.
just
Sometimes
the sorry.
sorry, yeah. No, 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 you go first.
Sometimes I just think, like sometimes we should just go back to that because there's so much shit like Karens, fucking,
Karen.
racism, fucking terrorists.
Racism.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
honestly. Yeah,
but no.
whenever I get like super into like a rabbit hole of like existentialism and stuff like that, I kind of just like because I get so overwhelmed by stuff like that,
Mhm.
I kind of just have to be like, no, I'm just like sitting in my room watching TV, maybe texting my friends. That's just like what I'm existing for right now, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's why I think, right? Like people like the greatest of great people, like back to Einstein and Stephen Hawking, right? The fact
Hmm.
that they were able to even just like take like such huge things in our universe and compress it down so that humans can understand it.
Hmm.
Like I don't get how that can be created from atoms colliding and developing into a life form and then developing into the ape like form that we originally had, then into the
Right.
humanoid forms that we are right now,
And
right?
then like how we form, like how we use like our biological functions to like make those kind of thoughts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's too complex. It's almost we've reached
Yeah.
a point in our time where it's so complex that it's like holy shit. It's I don't believe that we came from that.
Yeah. Definitely.
And maybe there
Yeah, I
might be
feel that.
yeah, there might be people in the comments that are like, "Oh, dude, look at this fucking Christian talking about God and shit." But like
I mean, I get that. Like even yeah, like I think that even non-religious people can understand like why. Why,
mhm.
you know? Like
Mhm.
I get like physically why we were like evolved into this
Mhm.
form, this existence, but it's like mentally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll learn about it when I am like a fourth year, almost done my bachelor in psychology. Maybe I'll get to learn how the brain functions at that
Th-
kind of level. But yeah,
yeah.
but yeah.
It's crazy. And that's why I like animes like Attack on Titan because it I
Oh
want to
my God, Attack on
transition.
Titan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Okay, I'm
cuz
not gonna lie. I think I only got to like halfway through season 2 and then I stopped watching.
I mean, disappointing, but at the same time, it's okay. But like, I don't want to spoil it, but
Oh no, it's okay. I've seen so many spoilers. It's okay.
okay. But Attack on Titan, like it starts off as something so simple, right? And like just like the world, it started off as something simple, like
Yeah,
ape,
it's
ape,
like all black and white. Like Titans are
exact,
bad, humans are good.
exactly. And then it evolves into a place like, oh shit, we have a person that can turn into one, right? Does that mean
Mhm.
there's other
Mhm.
people? And then you go into season 3, and then it's like, holy shit, we found these other people.
Mhm.
Um, but where do they come from, and where does Aaron come from, right? And now it's just like real life, right? We've gotten to
Yeah,
like
yeah.
we've gotten to season 3 of Attack on Titan where we're just discovering and we're trying to figure out where we come from. That
Yeah. Oh my God.
once humanity reaches season 4,
No.
right?
No, we can't
we're,
even talk
we're
about that, my man. No, no.
like what are we gonna find? Like are we gonna find like the creator, or are we gonna find why we exist or whatever, right? That's
Right.
why I also think of like the afterlife, like where are those people, right?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely, bro. Don't even get me started on the afterlife. I personally, I'm Buddhist, so I believe in
Mm-hmm.
reincarnation. But like, yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
yeah.
I used to be Buddhist, but like um the reincarnation thing, right? Like
Hmm.
I get that. I remember I remember meditating like every day and I'd be like, please give me a life form in my next life that isn't an ant, right?
Yeah, just be like, please, just don't make me like a mosquito.
Yeah, right. Like, please make me something that can at least survive. And like, I'd be like, oh, please, at least make me another human, right? Or some shit
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, yeah,
But
definitely.
now
Okay,
that
wait,
I've,
wait.
yeah.
I'm sorry. I have to say this. Okay, going back
Uh,
to Attack on Titan, why does your profile picture kind of look like the Beast Titan though?
okay. See, I'm kind of
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
it. It's just my hair and like the glasses and like my
No.
beard. That's what I look like for people that are looking at it. That's what I look like. It's just
So
a
you
drawing that
look
I
like the
did.
Beast Titan. You look like the Beast
Yeah,
Titan.
yeah, pretty much. But like, um, I don't know. I what can I say? I look hot. I'm just saying. But like, that's why back to an anime. That's why like shows like Attack on Titan where it makes you really think, like in a, I think the word is introspective, but like a
Mhm. Mhm.
introspective manner,
Yeah. Yeah,
right?
definitely.
That's insane that you can sort of take something like that and then just like adapt it into your own creation. That's it. I feel like that's super creative and people can say like, oh, what the fuck, why is Aaron a Titan now, like why is he, like what the fuck is this path shit, why they're
Mhm.
like, why do they have to eat other people to become Titans or whatnot, right? And
Mhm.
if Ymir is a god, like why is she like, blah, 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 whatever,
Yeah.
that sort of shit. But
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah. I think the people that create art like that are super cool. Like I'd love to
mm-hmm.
like pick their brain, you know? I'd be like,
I
how
know.
did you create this? Like
Exactly.
who's the creator of Attack on Titan?
Uh, no, I was thinking. Oh, let me look it up, bro.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that people not even necessarily just with anime, but like other movies and other shows like that and other books, I'm just like, wow, so cool that you like thought of that.
Yeah. Attack on Titan
Yeah.
author, I guess. But
Oh yeah. Wait. Linking into this to our podcast name, How We Cope. I feel like you and I cope a lot as
with
to like
anime, with
our
anime,
situation with anime
with anime,
and like
100%.
yeah, just like movies, shows, anime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The creator is Hajime Isayama. I hope I didn't
Mm,
butcher it, but
yeah.
um, that's who the creator is.
Yeah.
Um, but like
I
even sorry, keep, you need
no
to
no, you go
stop.
ahead.
You need to stop me from rambling.
I don't
Hold up.
mind you rambling. I'm just like, yeah. I was gonna bring up something else, but that would like segue into a different topic.
Okay. So while we're on the topic of anime, I'll bring up
Hmm.
one more thing, and that is Chainsaw Man.
No, because I was about to talk about Chainsaw Man.
Oh, you were?
Yeah, I was about to tell you that I haven't I haven't watched this trailer yet. I've seen those edits that I sent you. I sent you all those edits on TikTok, but I haven't actually watched the trailer yet. It looks so
Oh,
dope though, and I love Wichita and Genji.
oh my God, bro! It's. Oh, oh. Wait, who'd you say? Who'd you like? Fujita?
No, Pochita.
Who's Pochita?
The fucking the little dude.
Oh, I think it's Pokita. I don't think it's Pochita.
Pokita? Okay, I
I
definitely didn't
think
know how to
so.
pronounce it, but yeah.
I think so. But, um, oh, man, oh, I can't wait for people to like watch that, cause like
Yeah.
it's so, it starts off as one thing and then becomes another thing, and I love that. I love that when
Yeah.
shows do that.
Dude, Mappa's been dominating the anime industry lately. Like Jujutsu
Facts.
Kaisen,
Yep.
season 4 of AOT, Chainsaw
Mhm.
Man. Damn, they're going hard, not gonna lie. I love their animation.
Yeah, they were just sort of teasing everybody with season 4 of Attack on Titan and Jujutsu Kaisen. Once
I
like
know.
there's like certain scenes that I can't wait to be animated that like I'm just praying that they do a good job of it, cuz just seeing it in manga panels and then like
Hmm.
seeing how a studio would interpret that in like a in not a live action but like a series, right?
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
so exciting. And once it does come out, then part 2 of the manga comes out so that I can like go ahead and start reading ahead and oh, it's oh my god, it's like it's insane. It's
Yeah.
oh man, I cannot wait.
Bro, you're so excited, my man.
I oh,
Damn, you're so excited you're literally stuttering.
I need to collect my thoughts when I talk about Chainsaw Man because there's like there's so much. I could talk about it for a whole week if I wanted to. I, I
Oh
remember
my
when
god,
I
okay.
yeah.
Yeah? Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, 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 you go ahead, you go ahead. I was gonna change the topic, sorry. Yeah, my
Okay,
brain is just going so fast.
when I first read it, right? I'm like, holy shit, this dude is a horny bastard, right? And then I read on and I'm like, holy shit, this guy's a really sad dude, and I want to give him a hug.
Yeah, no, yeah. Oh my god, I totally agree. Denji? Yeah.
Oh man. But what were you gonna say?
Okay, so, um, okay, do you know spoilers for Jujutsu Kaisen?
What do you mean?
Okay, I'm spoiler warning right now. So if you don't want spoilers for Jujutsu Kaisen, following the manga past the anime, then don't listen. But okay, so you know how like the Shibuya arc happens?
Yeah. Wait, I haven't
Yeah.
I haven't read the manga. I haven't read the Jujutsu Kaisen manga.
Oh my god.
Why?
Can
Is it?
I?
No, don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
Okay, 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 okay. I'll try to explain this without spoiling it. Okay, so there's a character that Paula and I both really, really like,
Uh huh.
and they die in the manga.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Uh
this
huh.
is actually kind of messed up. The more I think about it, this is actually kind of messed up that we tried to do this to each other. So like we both found out separately that this character dies, right? So we didn't know that each other knew,
Yeah.
right? So what we did, like what I did, was I started sending her like edits and like TikToks and like Instagram posts about this character, being like, "Oh my god, this character is so cute! Like I love them. Like you should love them
Uh-huh.
too." So,
Uh-huh.
so that when they died, she would be heartbroken. No, 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 no,
Oh.
no, no, no. Let me finish. But then I realized that she was sending me a lot of posts about this character too, and then we were like talking about spoilers about Jujutsu Kaisen, and then
Uh-huh.
she was like, "Oh yeah, like I know this character dies," and I was like, "Oh, okay, sorry, but I've been trying to get you attached to this character so that you feel pain when they die," and she was like,
Mhm.
"No, I was trying to do that to you."
That's
I
funny.
know. Isn't that kind of messed up? I mean, like thinking back about it now, it's like, damn, why do we try to hurt each other? But I thought that was really funny.
It is very very funny. I think that's very funny that you guys both did it at the same time, not knowing
I
what was
know.
happening.
Yeah, R.I.P. Paula. Sorry. I don't know why we decided to do that to each other, but we did.
Oh, oh my God. Oh, what? Um, fuck. Like, have you watched any like? I don't know if this is me, but uh, I don't know why, but like recently, I felt that like movies are much more boring.
Okay, yeah, I feel like that too. I feel like a lot of the non-anime stuff that I watch is really hard
Hmm.
for me to get into now that I've like gone like the year really hyper fixated on anime.
Yeah, like same here. Like I feel like uh, if I watch like a regular like Netflix series, I'm like I kind of like the Eastern animation and like the Eastern
Yeah,
story arcs and how they deal with it, and
yeah,
it's
yeah. And I also watch like a lot of K-dramas and like C-dramas too.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I
and
feel
that's
that though.
I was watching a video on like an analysis of Eastern versus Western animation,
Hmm.
and um, gonna nerd out on art a little bit, but
Okay.
uh, like Eastern animation sort of deals with situations um, to provoke an emotion in the audience, whereas like Western animation uses the character itself to provoke emotion, right? Like in the video they were talking about Quasimodo and oh, what's the and shit? Oh, what were they using? Um, fuck, what were they?
You're
Oh,
good.
bro, I'm spacing out. Which anime did they use? Oh, they used silent voice to talk
Oh,
about it.
oh my God, I love Silent Voice.
Yeah,
Silent Voice.
and
Yeah.
it's a great comparison because like if you look at it, right, like if you think about Quasimodo and Claude Frollo and Esmeralda, right, like that whole
Mhm.
thing and how Quasimodo was influenced by the priest of the church, right, and it's
Mhm.
just like you have a really evil character that's influencing this really good character, and you have another love arc that's being influenced by another thing, right, and
Mhm.
it creates a situation. But to get to that situation, um you're using the characters and their characteristics to hype up, not hype up, but build up to that final um situation, which is like
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
in.
No, I get what you're saying. Yeah, thinking about like thinking about like Hunchback of Notre Dame versus A Silent Voice. I totally get that because I feel like in Western media, it's focuses a lot on like really strong character archetypes,
Mm-hmm.
whereas like yeah, like you were saying, like I want to say like kind of like tropes
Yep.
and situations in like
Mm-hmm.
Eastern media. Yeah, I get
Yeah,
that a lot. Hmm.
like they brought up the infamous scene in Silent Voice with Nishimiya on the balcony.
Yeah, yeah.
And like I don't know why, but just like once you understand like the context of the characters and the places that they've been, rather than who
Mhm.
they are, right? Because
Mhm.
if you look at them surface value, it's a deaf girl that's been trying to connect with people, and
Mhm.
a bully that's now lost connection with people, right? It's very simple. It's nothing complex to it. But
Right.
the fact that they've interacted with each other and they've gotten to so many situations where they feel like, they sort of feel sympathy for each other, right?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
they know each other perfectly, right? And then it builds up to that situation where you see the bully just like finally caring for like the victim that he used to traumatize, and
Right. Right.
it's like that's why it makes the scene so much better when you see her at the edge of the balcony and um like she just disappears after that one scene. That's why it's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
like that's why it gives me
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
goosebumps, and like I start breathing heavily. I start sweating. Even just now talking about it, my palms are clammy as fuck.
Yeah. I think that's a really beautifully animated scene too, the way they did that. But like, yeah, no, you're totally right with that. And I think the way that they're personified is really simple too. Like they're
Mm-hmm.
just simple people living normal lives. They're as normal as they can in their situations.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like the series of events that they experience together push their story to, like further.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's that's why like before I got into like my program and architecture and whatnot, I'm gonna go back a bit, but
Mhm.
I don't know about you, but did you have like multiple career paths that you had like you were thinking about?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what were you thinking about?
So many. I was like, I was like, feel safe. I go to law school, or I could be a psychologist,
Uh huh.
or screw it. I'm just going to live in the forest by
Yeah,
myself and be
yeah, yeah,
horrible.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
Then what were you scared when you were making that
Yes.
decision?
Yes. I was
And
so terrified.
like, like what? Like, tell me about that. Like, what was the pressure, or like, what was it like for you? Cause
And just like, I feel like a lot of people our age and like people the age where they have to make that kind of decision just don't like the minute you're faced with that, you're like, I don't know who I am.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you're not, when that's not looming over you, you can be like, oh, like I think at my core is a person who wants to help others or a person who wants to fight for justice. But like
Mm-hmm.
the minute that you actually have to make that kind of decision, it's like I don't know what I'm doing.
Right. And
Yeah.
then
So I
how
yeah.
how did you come to terms with that like decision? Like were you like I'm sure like you've had a point, I don't know if sorry, but like there's probably a point where like you said, am I in the right path? Like you sort of
Mhm.
question it, right?
Mhm. Definitely. Yeah. I mean, I honestly still question it. I question it every day. I don't think that I won't question my decision
Mhm.
or my like the career path that I've chosen until like I actually start in that field, you know?
Yeah.
Um, but I feel like the way that I reassure myself is that I'm just like, I don't know, I can't really I obviously have to think about the big picture, but I just can't like be swallowed whole by that, you know?
Mhm.
Like I have to get through my first year of university, I have to get through my second year. I just need to take things like one step at a time.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's that was almost the same for me, but like I don't know if it's different based off like the culture and like the people that you grew up with, but
Yeah, like the way we're raised. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, but for me it was so like especially my family like it's so like oh you know like you do good in high school like you get your scholarships and whatnot right you focus on like getting to this like post secondary education right and you
Hmm.
have to have it figured out by grade 12 or you're a failure if you don't figure it out after right my
Hmm.
parents weren't
Hmm.
like that but it's just sort of like the culture like it's like sort of that's just the thing with like brown people right like if you
Hmm.
it's not like if you think about it in with white people it's so much more like you know it's very open with what you want to do with life right like it's
Hmm.
they understand that people's like feelings and whatnot can very much play into what they want in life right and
Hmm.
what with
Hmm.
brown people it's like you know you need to suppress it so that you achieve that goal it's because a lot of it, right? It comes from just immigrant families and first generation immigrants pushing those expectations onto their kids, right? So,
Right, right.
like, even for me, even though I immigrated with my parents, right? Uh, like, still, that pressure was there. It's like I had it figured out, right? Thank God. Like, grade 8, I was like, okay. I'm like, I kind of want to be an architect, right? And since then, like I've like, oh, I'm studying to become an architect. I know that I'm gonna be an architect, and then I got into architecture school, right? Did a year, and then I questioned it for some reason. I was
Right,
like I
right.
got here, right? I worked my fucking ass off to get here, and then once I'm there, I'm like, do I want to be here? Like, do I want to draw like floor plans for the rest of my life? Do I want to talk about buildings and how it
Hmm.
relates to how humans feeling them? Like, do I want to do that for the rest of my life? And then I
Yeah.
started thinking about like what I wanted in the past, right? Like before I went and did like the OWAC applications or whatnot, I was
Hmm.
thinking, okay, you know, I have all this chemistry and biology and whatnot. Maybe I could, you know, be a nurse or maybe I could do engineering because I had the physics and uh, the physics, the math, and everything for that, right? And I'm like,
Right.
okay, architect's obviously an option, but then I'm like, you know, I start going into other shit. I'm like, oh, what if I do film studies, try to be a director, or, you
Hmm.
know, once I started doing all those plays and like writing the play, and you know, then I started falling in love with writing plays and you know, producing with just production, right? And then
Right.
acting, and then I started thinking, okay, what about just writing alone in English? But then I'm like, you know, it's like there's so many options for me that it's like so hard to choose, right?
Yeah.
That
Yeah. And yeah,
it
I get
gets
that.
it gets very overwhelming,
Yeah.
and that's why I think right the way I cope with that is that um, even though I'm an architect student, right? Even
Hmm.
in like in most of my projects, like when you have a building design or whatever, right? I try to
Mhm.
relate it to something that I'm passionate about, right? Like some
Mhm.
people,
Mhm.
they do their buildings and they do it very much focused on the landscape and studying how your foundation can affect the, or can you build a foundation on this sod, or can you build this of a foundation in this soil, or is the slope steep, or is the slope um,
Right.
flat enough for like nerdy shit like that for architects, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But like every now and then I mix it up, right? Like I write a play or I write a poem or I draw something on the side. But even now, like even in high school when I really used to draw, but now
Yeah.
as an
Yeah.
architect that I have to draw like for the rest of my life, now I'm like, oh my god, like ugh, like I
Mhm.
don't I don't want to do I don't want to draw that much. Like I don't want to
Yeah.
draw that much.
Yeah. I feel like for someone who feels like they're really stuck in this one path that they've chosen,
Mhm.
um, I feel like it's important to, you know, not really abide by that in terms of like you don't have to limit yourself to one thing
Mhm.
or one aspect of this career. Like exactly like what you said in terms of like I say like so much. I should stop that.
Yeah.
In terms of doing things that you like as hobbies on the side, writing plays,
Mhm.
drawing things that you enjoy, not just for your courses or for your work or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. No, definitely. I
Hmm.
I found myself doing that a lot on my spare time. Even I hope my brother's watching this. Even when took some time off to help my brother with his assignment, right? Um,
Hmm.
and like helped him with that story, right? Even just doing that was enough to like sort of fill that gap that I have sometimes when I miss certain stuff. Like, remember when we did the facts that started an apocalypse, right? Like,
Hmm. Hmm.
there's still that hole in there. And I don't know if Katie would watch this, but Katie and I definitely feel we missed out on producing that show and taking it to regionals and
Hmm.
what could have
Hmm.
came after that. Like it to me, even like our show was so good, right? That
Hmm.
the judges were they introduced a new award for it, and then on top of
Yeah.
that they were like, hey, we found that it was so good that we want to take you to regionals, right? Like we want to
Yeah.
host you
Even if
as
you're
like a
not
special.
competing.
Yeah, even if you're not competing, we just want people to see this. And to
Yeah.
me, the fact that they just wanted that was absolutely mind-bendingly insane, right?
Yeah, I remember the day that they released the awards that Miss Main posted on the Google Classroom, and I called you and I was like, "Oh my God, Abby, like you've got this special award for writing this play."
Yeah.
That was so
Oh,
amazing.
it's like and then like just because of that, every now and then I think, oh man, maybe I should just drop everything and become a playwright. But then I'm like,
Hmm.
do I want to though? Do I want to? Not really. Maybe,
Yeah,
but
right.
not really. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I think that was probably like that whole like couple months that we did the production was probably like my favorite high school memory, or at least one of them. I just
Yeah.
that was so fun. That was so fun. And that was the first time that I had ever acted on stage in front of anybody.
Mhm.
So I
Mhm.
thought that was really fun.
What?
And
I never
yeah.
I never got to ask you. I don't think so. But what was it like first time acting?
Oh my God, don't even I'm not even an actress, let's be honest. I was
No,
kind
no,
of
no.
just like winging it. Um it was really fun. I liked it a lot. So like I'm used to being on stage because I danced until I was 13 for
Mhm.
and done competitive for like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
But it's so different from dancing because like dancing you don't talk, not
Mhm.
verbally at least, and
Mhm.
you only have like 3 minutes to, convey your piece and then
Yeah.
leave.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I thought it was really different and I liked it a lot. I really liked the like dialogue aspect
Mhm.
of acting.
Mhm. Yeah. And
And I just
that's
liked the way that you told the story. I thought it was really fun.
thank you. But
Yeah.
like, you know, that's what I remember when Katie and I were first drafting the show, right? We had all these
Mhm.
like really, really like deep and introspective, like really philosophical plays, right? Like
Mhm.
stuff where you
Mhm.
like you really think about it after you leave. But then I walked in one day to the library and I'm like we have our meeting room that we met in and I'm like, we should do a comedy, right? Just out of the blue. Just out of the blue, I'm like, we should do a comedy. And then she's like, she was hesitant on it first, and she's like, okay, like what are you thinking, right?
Mhm.
And then I'm like, okay, let's pick some shows that we think are funny, right? And then we
Mhm.
brainstorm, right? And then we ended up with The Office and then Lord of the Flies, and then we're like, okay,
Mhm.
let's
Mhm.
combine the two and let's make something, right? And then like the
Yeah.
brainstorming, just getting to that, drawing the plot graph and like figuring out what the climactic point was going to be, what the
Mhm.
resolution was going to be, what the point of the story was going to be, right?
Mhm.
And that was so thrilling, and that's stuff that like none of the actors got to see, right, or got
Yeah.
to experience. And it's like I wish I could tell all of them what it was like, where like what were the origins of the facts that started the apocalypse, what like
Yeah. Yeah. Like a behind
like
the scenes.
exactly. Like I feel like every now and then I sort of like daydream and I'm like, oh my god, if we got past regionals, what if we got to like past regionals and
Yeah.
a theater company decided to like host us for something, right? Like it
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
just like wild dreams that I
Mhm.
hope that I could even do one day. But like
Mhm.
just the fact that COVID cut that off always
Oh,
pisses me
that was
off.
heartbreaking. Heartbreaking.
Always. I
Yeah.
was like, I remember. I don't remember. I don't know if Katie was crying about it, but um, I definitely was. I could not handle it.
Oh. Oh.
I remember I was sitting in bed. I'm like, damn it, dude, damn
Oh.
it.
Little
I was
baby Abby, little baby high school Abby just crying.
I was so frustrated. I was so like down in the dumps. Not not just because of that, but other things. But but just like god damn, it's like we could have. Oh, I really feel that we would have gone somewhere. I can't shake that feeling off. Every now and then I think I hope Sears comes back to us one day and just wants to like reignite that play. Right? Every now and
Mhm.
then I think I wish they would contact us once again so that they
Yeah.
could get that play up and running, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like it's coming to terms with it like, oh my god, it's never really going to happen, right?
Yeah.
But like just like that 0.001% that happens, I still hold on to it because it's like
Mhm.
such an insane dream that happens, right?
Yeah.
That
And that was such a big part of your life and like high school experience. Like that was because it's different when you are a creator or a co-creator and a writer of it.
mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, oh man, oh man, oh man.
One of my favorite parts of the whole
Uh-huh.
production though
Yeah.
was definitely interacting with the other actors at rehearsal and stuff.
Mhm.
Particularly, oh my god, I loved watching Parker do his little monologue at the end. I loved it so much. It was
Yeah.
so funny.
Oh, the
Just like standing in the wings watching him do that. Oh my god, I love him. I
mhm.
love Parker's acting. It's so on point.
Yeah. It's always like sometimes no, sorry, not sometimes. Like it's always so different. Like even though like I noticed this with Parker, but Parker has a stage voice. Parker like
Hmm. Hmm.
whatever role he gets in, he has this like immediate voice that he has. Like it's hard to describe. It's like the tone of it is like where Grimsby was, but then his accent
Grimsby.
his accent will shift based on the character, but
Yeah.
it's always that same pitch. It's always that same stage pitch that he
Hmm.
has.
Maybe that's just like where the level where he feels he can project the strongest, and that's
Mhm.
why he
Yeah.
keeps it there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, you bringing up Grimsby just flooded my head with memories of doing the Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid.
Oh,
What an
Grimby,
adventure.
Grimby. Oh
Grimby.
my
Oh
god.
my
Do you know
god.
the amount of times that Owen choked me while I was trying to do set changes with the dry ice machine?
No, Owen.
Bro, Owen Eccleshaw.
Oh.
Yeah, because because he added Miss Mean added the dry ice machine, and so because I was stage manager or stage assistant stage manager, someone who just like was backstage all the time, and I
Uh-huh.
did like the set changes.
Hmm.
Bro, he would choke me out with that shit.
What the fuck?
He would always do it too much, and then I can't. I think it was Sarah that helped me. I think she
Uh-huh.
was working backstage with me. Um, and her and I would like get into the wings and be like trying not to cough.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah.
Oh, it's just so many times that like there was certain things I wish that I could change about like even I think I was talking to Hope about this one night, but like I didn't know you guys like if I hadn't showed up, I didn't know that you guys wouldn't have had anybody else for Prince Eric. I didn't know that.
Really?
That's
No,
what
we had like no male actors or singers, let alone actors.
to this day I still don't believe that.
To
Like to
this
me
day.
to this day, to
To
this
this
day,
day. To this day.
it to me that's unfathomable. Haha, fathoms below. Anyways,
Shut up.
uh, it's it like to me that's insane. That like you had um, like I thought right like oh okay, if it wasn't me it would be Ian, or if it wasn't me it would be William Gilchrist, or if it wasn't
Mhm.
me it would be oh, who were the other
Parker or
ones?
something.
Parker or Daniel or whoever, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
No,
then
you were, I think that all of our other male actors that we had like worked with
mhm,
um definitely since I started grade 9, none of
mhm.
them had really as strong vocal talent as you do. Like they're all very, very great actors,
Whoa,
but
whoa. Oh,
but
and
yeah.
oh, did I tell you the story about the casting? Like,
No, you didn't.
but okay. So when I first got cast, like I remember going up to the sheets, right, and I remember like let's go back a bit. Even when I went into the audition first, right? Um, I remember I was standing outside, and I think there was Tiana, Marika, and Taylor, right?
Hmm.
And they were all standing outside waiting to go in, and Tiana was looking at me, and she's like, "Don't worry, you got it. You're gonna kill it, right?" And
Hmm.
obviously, that's just like just actors being nice to other actors, just so that they're not less nervous. And
Right.
then I go in there and I do this Sebastian's song, right?
Hmm.
And I've never met Miss Clark before that. I had Miss Made for English like once, and she's the one that introduced me, and she was
Hmm.
even surprised that I was auditioning. And like the only other acting that I had before that was I did like an English presentation in Miss Main's class, and then I did
Right.
Richard Hannay, which was like for the Sears Fest the year before that, right?
Oh, 49 steps?
Yeah, yeah,
Or is that even
39,
before that?
39 steps.
39
That
steps.
yeah, that was before just before the Little Mermaid auditions.
Right.
But those are the only like bits that Miss Man has ever seen me like act. So to sing in front of her was like a whole other level, right? Like and the audition room was so tiny, right? Like it could
Yeah. This was
it could
wait,
barely fit all three of us in there.
what room was that? What room did you do the audition in?
Remember in MSS by the band room there
Hmm.
was like the rooms where you can sort of quietly practice, like the
Oh,
sound
okay.
rooms.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
isn't one of those.
Yeah, those are tiny.
Those are pretty tiny. But you know, they'd have two doors. One door was the door that you come in to get into the hallway, to get into those doors, and then they had that door closed, and another door closed for in the sound room, right? And I get there and I'm practically shitting myself, right? I'm shitting myself because I'm about to sing in front of a teacher that I've never seen, and then another teacher that I've seen before, but I'm just so uncomfortable singing, and I don't know if I should do like the Sebastian accent or not. But then I'm like, fuck it, I'll just do the Jamaican accent, right? So I get through it, right? And I noticed that like bits and pieces throughout, right? Like Miss Clark sort of like raises her eyebrows or like sort of looks at something weird, and then I think to myself, oh fuck, I fucked up, I fucked up, I fucked up, I fucked up, right? As I'm still going. And then once the audition is over, then they're like, oh, that was great, like nice accent. I'm like, thanks. And then in my head I'm like, I fucked it up.
Oh, nice accent. I like your accent.
Oh, and then I get out, right? I get out of there, and then Tiana and Marika are there, and they're still waiting on it, and they're like, how'd it go? And I'm like, oh, it's, it's just an audition, whatever. I probably might not get anything. And literally the week before Christmas break, they put the casting call, right? And I go into the drama room to see it, right? And no, they emailed it during Christmas. I think it was a week, like a few days before Christmas Eve. And I remember telling my mom, hey, I went to this audition for something. Like, what do you think I'm going to get? Right? And she's like, oh, probably a background character. I don't even think you're going to get Sebastian. I'm like, yeah, you're probably right. I'm like, why would I even get Sebastian, right? And then they send a list. I'm in the toilet, right? I'm taking a shit. And
in the toilet.
And I get the email, right? Like the email sent to my phone, and I'm like, oh fuck, right? And I'm scrolling through it, and then like I'm trying to find my name, right? And I automatically don't look at Prince Eric or any of the main leads, right? I automatically don't look at them. I go to Sebastian, then I go to Grimsby, and then I went to Flounder, and then I went to just like ensemble, right? And I didn't see my name anywhere there, and I'm like, oh, I guess I didn't get cast, right? So I keep it away, and then I get a text from Parker, and he's like, congrats, bro, like, and then I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And he's like, congrats on getting the lead role. I'm like, what the fuck, what are you talking about, bitch?
Oh my god.
And like now I'm really shitting myself, and I go back into the email, and there right beside Prince Eric is my name, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh my god, that's so cool.
And I went when we came back to school, and I'm like, hey, Miss Maid, I think you made a mistake with the the cast list. Like, I see my name beside Prince Eric, and she laughs a little bit, and then she's like, Abby, don't worry, there is no mistake. That's you're there. I'm like, like me? I'm like, me? Why me? Right? And throughout the whole play, when we were doing like practices and whatnot, I would remember people constantly being like, can't wait to hear you sing this part, Abby. I'm like, they're all looking at me. They're like, Abby, we want to hear you sing. Like, Abby, we want to hear you sing. Like, do it now. We want to hear you sing. Right?
Yeah.
And I think the first time that people really heard me sing was when we moved into the new school. That's when people first heard me sing.
Wait. Funny story with that. I remember it was getting really close to, like, maybe we're like a month, maybe a little more away from the actual show. And I was with Catherine, and we were setting up the sound booth and stuff like that, and making sure that we could have like the lights, because we had like the new stage and the fixtures up above. And it was during rehearsal, and I heard someone singing, and I was like, I don't think I've ever heard this voice before, but this is like a really good, like, they're amazing. And so I was like, Catherine, who is this? And she's like, oh, it's Abby. And I was like, Abby Garrett? And I was like, wait, Abby who? And she's like, Abby Neveratnam. And I was like, oh, no way. And I was like, oh my god, his voice is so amazing.
Oh, I don't think we ever met during like the whole like just the prepping for um Little Mermaid. I don't think we even knew we each other existed until remember that day in Little Mermaid on
Oh
one of the
my god,
nights
yeah.
you drank too much caffeine and you were like hyperventilating and Katie was just like, "Can
Yeah.
you look after her for me?" I'm like, I don't even know you. I don't even know her, but okay."
Oh my god,
And you're
yeah.
sitting on the floor dying, holding your heart, and I'm like, "Oh, are you okay?" Like, how's it going? And then she's like, "Yeah." You're like, "Yeah, I just drank a little bit too much caffeine." And I'm like, "Oh, what?"
Oh my god, I can't believe that was the first time that you really like met me. That's hilarious. That's so funny. Yeah,
It's
that's so weird to think about that like we weren't even really close. Like we didn't even know each other really at all until like
mhm,
maybe 2 years ago, maybe three.
mhm,
That's so weird because we're so close now. Like you're like a brother
yeah,
to me.
yeah.
That's so
That
weird.
it's so it's like, oh man, it's just so crazy how that whole thing worked out.
Hmm.
Like I to this day I can't believe that that
To this
happened.
day.
To this day,
Yeah.
I can't believe that it happened.
That's
Like,
that's like I love that. That's like one of those like butterfly effect stories. Like
mhm.
I love that.
Oh, I remember the first time singing her voice in front of so many people. Oh, that was literally. Oh my god! I think I felt like I needed a diaper because I was gonna shit my pants. Like, um, it was on stage first of all. Um, people were just there, and then they're like, "Okay, Abby, we're gonna get you to run her voice," and I'm like, "Right now, you, you could, you, if all of these people, like, and they're like, "Yep." Miss May's like, "Okay, you've been working hard on it, so let's get it there, right?"
I
And
love that.
everybody turns to face me. People in the fucking, I remember this so vividly. People in the band that were there setting up backs like behind in the drama room were there. People in the
Hmm.
wings were there. Um, and then everybody that was in the cast that was in the cafeteria, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
People that weren't doing anything. Like, you know how the benches were sort of facing like the east and west walls?
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody just turned and started looking towards the stage. I'm like, what the fuck? All eyes are on me. I don't like my skin is like coming out of like I feel like my skin is melting and like I'm like hyperventilating and I think I get to the I hit the first note, right? And then I'm
Hmm.
like, ugh, like, and then I sort of had to like, I shivered a little bit, right? And I fucked up, and then I'm like, can we start over? I'll try my best, right? And then I remember I had this like Zen moment, pure Zen. I blocked out everything, right? I
Hmm.
pictured myself in this black void, and that I was singing to like emptiness, right? And like I closed my eyes, right? And I held the binder and had the lyrics. I closed my eyes and I was just sort of like feeling it and I was going with it. And then I finished the song and then people started clapping. I'm like, did I just do that? Did I like the
Aww.
fuck? Did I just like did I just sing in front of some other people? That was oh, it was just first time acting in front of such a big audience. I oh, oh, I I still can't believe I did it. I
Speechless. Yeah, literally. I love reminiscing on that kind of stuff because like personally, my high school experience wasn't like overall that
uh
great, but I did have really, really good parts, and
yeah.
this is definitely like one of them. So I really like reminiscing on this, especially since our high school experience got cut short, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sucks.
We should probably wrap up soon.
Yeah.
We have been talking for a long time.
Yeah, but, you know, that's
Mhm.
fine. Whatever. Whoever watches it, they're gonna get a treat.
Yeah, but I also do have to do some stuff before I go to bed.
Yeah. But is there any? I mean, now that we're gonna wrap up, is there anything you want to
Mhm.
close off with? Anything?
Not really.
Anything you want to say
I
to the people?
mean, I don't put me on the spot like this, bro. Do you want me to shit myself? um, I don't know. I, Abby and I just talk for a really long time, so thank you for listening.
Yeah, just good friends talking about shit, and
Yeah.
so thank you if you if you made it this far. Thank you for listening to us for an almost an hour and a half rambling about
Yeah.
shit that we used to cope with. This is just us talking to
Yeah.
each other so that we can deal with the shit that goes on in our
Yeah.
everyday lives.
We went from like existentialism to anime to our high school experience. That was
Yeah.
a ride. That was fun. I
It's
like
good.
that.
It's good. And if you have any topics that you would like us to talk about, please drop it in the comments. Talk about it. Get this video
Mhm.
shared. Like it, comment, subscribe if you think you like it. But uh
Yeah.
thanks for coming on.
Yeah. I will let Abby take care of all of that wording because I try and say that. I will want
I'll
to
get you
work
one
my
day to
skin
do
off.
it. I'll get you one day to do it.
No, no,
One
I'm
day.
not doing that.
One day you're gonna do it. I
Okay.
promise you.
In the far future. The
we'll
distant
wait.
future.
I'll try to make it close. Anyway, thanks. See you next
Okay.
time.